So today I'm super, super, super excited to bring my mentor again, Harut, to my channel to talk about business. We're just going to talk shop today. I have no idea what's going to come up, but show you behind the scenes conversation with someone that is at a high level doing incredible things, and hopefully you enjoy it. So let's get started. Thank you for being here, first of all. I really appreciate your time.
Thank
Um,
you for having me.
yeah. The first question that I want to ask is I know that you are now in a program with Alex Hormozy
Yep.
and you're actually in contact with him. So I know how important it is to be in the environment of where you want to go, like being around those people and spending time with them and understanding how they think and how they work and all of those things. So I'm curious to know, because I know myself being in an environment with you, it's really broadened my mind to what's possible, what I can achieve, and all those things. And I have achieved a lot being in your environment. So I'm wondering, like, what surprised you about being in the environment with Alex Hormozy, or what is like your biggest ahas or takeaways or anything like
Mm.
that?
Oh, great question. So first of all, thanks for having me. I'm gonna look sometimes here and there. If I'm looking here, I'm looking at you here to camera so people see me more clearly.
Yeah.
So the environment definitely matters a lot. Like that's one of the reasons. This is a bit unrelated, but the reason that I moved, as you guys can see, to Dubai, typical Dubai influencer. The reason is just because there are way more entrepreneurs here, and even already from that, I've noticed that I think differently. I think bigger. I'm more willing to take calculated risks because the frame of reference changes. So who you compare yourself to, and that exact thing was the most valuable for me when it comes to Hormozy or his group or like just learning from him in general. And I think the biggest thing that the biggest thing that people don't understand about being surrounded by people that want to win is that you look at how much higher your standards can actually be. So people think that it's like maybe some tactics that make all the difference, and of course they matter, but there's like the biggest growth happens when you see that you have a too much tolerance for mediocrity, right? Because we get what we tolerate. So for example, for me, I might record the video and I might see that it's not as good, but because I can say, oh, I'm busy, I have this other thing I need to do, that's fine, I'm gonna post it, right? When it comes to him, he might re-record it 10 times, or he might spend an entire hour with his team in person to re-record their YouTube book to find the one that really sounded the best. And then they would finish the recording session and that will become a part of the YouTube video. So of course, like I need to give the balancing message here as well that most people might do this too much. So if you are watching this and you are never taking action, you are the type of person that you are making it perfect, then you should just ship things and put them out there and get real feedback. But this other side was super helpful for me too, which is it all comes down to the standards that you have, right? So like when you hire an editor, most of us, if we hire an editor for our YouTube channel, we'll like talk to 5 people and the one that is good, we will go with them, but we will be satisfied with that. But when it comes to Hormozy or when it comes to other people that are at that level, they would just think, okay, but is this the best editor that I can get? And if the answer is no, they would keep doing whatever it takes to get the best editor. So if they need to do 100 interviews to hire the editor, they would do 100 because they know it's gonna take them like few weeks to do like 5 interviews a day, 15 minutes, and like in a couple of weeks they'll be done. But the quality of the person you will get after doing 100 interviews than after doing 5 is dramatically different. And then once you do that work one time, now, every single video you make can be 2, 3, 4 times better because of the editor. And imagine applying this standard to everything you do. That's when it compounds. And that's when you keep getting kind of your competitors because they tolerate good enough when those kinds of people just have way higher standard. I'll give another example. If you ask them a question, most people would be nice and they would still answer it. He might say, I don't like this is not a good question. So like the standards to and this is I'm not just referencing the group itself. This is me just like looking at how he runs his companies, his team, the group as well. But like he's like that in general. And entrepreneurs like that, like even Sam Ovens, the founder of Skool as well. Like he's just like I might send him this message and like he will respond with one word. right? And then he'll just follow up and get things done. So like, that's the power. They have higher standards, and when you surround yourself with other people that have higher standards, that's why you do well, you do better. And that's maybe what's interesting that you said, Alexa, which is, hey, why we work well together is because I do want to see you win more, and you want that as well. And when we talk, I always want to look at, okay, how can you grow? How can you, achieve even higher things? Versus when you talk to people that maybe think what you have already accomplished is crazy. And of course, it's very like what you have done is absolutely crazy. Like it is very few percent of entrepreneurs will ever achieve what you already did. But if you think that that's enough, or like if it's impressive, then there's no reason to grow. Then let's just like stop working and let's be happy with wherever we are right now. But then you won't keep getting better. And when you just get into rooms where people have higher standards, higher ambitions, bigger goals, like you automatically start thinking how you change, how you act, and it becomes so much easier to win, and to win bigger and to win faster, just because we are comparing ourselves to. So that there are many things, but I would say that is probably the most valuable thing for me so
Yeah.
far.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense, of course. Okay, so another thing I have, or another question I have then is regarding business. I always love taking the like devil's advocate or the contrarian viewpoint. So
Yeah.
with regarding like business online, because you really help people mainly to grow businesses online,
Yeah.
what do you think is the one thing that people are getting wrong? Like that they think is like the best advice, but you think it's like the worst advice, or like
Mm,
maybe most common advice, and you're just like, no, that's just wrong. Like that this just doesn't work.
it's
And of course,
such a
there's
good question.
everything could work in the end,
Yeah.
but like the most common thing that you see with clients or people coming to you that the mindset or maybe or the strategy or something is just
Mm,
old thinking or I don't know.
yeah. Very good question. Very good question. I would say like if I think about this for 1 hour, I might give you a different answer.
Yeah,
But the
kind
one
of putting
that
you on the
comes,
spot.
right? No, no, and it's good because it's genuine. But maybe like if I think deeply, I'll say something that's a bit less obvious. But honestly, what I'm gonna say is super obvious. But I like if I'm right now, I'm analyzing, I'm thinking about my 10 last meetings with people and what they struggled with, and it's shiny object syndrome. So it's when people know that they shouldn't get distracted, including me, by the way. Like I get distracted every single day. But when we know that we should stick to the path that we are on, and that other things that we are considering aren't as good as we think they are, yet we still don't have the discipline, the patience, the focus to say no to these things. So like it might be, you are making one YouTube video a week. And you know that if you make 2 YouTube videos a week in terms of long form, not shorts, you might grow your channel faster. Instead of just saying, okay, let me try doing this, right? You like people would just go and start LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter. Like, and again, I've done this mistake many times myself. And it's not that it's a bad advice, like, hey, be everywhere or do this. There's a time and place where you do that. But it's just about sequencing, right? Like maybe you should go to 2 videos a week first, and then only after you did this, that's when you can expand and do other things. Or like when people have an offer and they can grow that, and they go and they create another thing, right? And like it's very common. It happens to you as well, to
Mm.
me, to every person. So like we all can resonate with this. Like there's not a single person that doesn't go through this because there's so much noise, right? Like when you go online, everyone is marketing to you. Everyone is telling you, I'm launching this thing, I'm doing this thing, this changed for me. And you're like looking there and saying, oh my God, like what's happening, right? When in reality, it's just about having the discipline to know that unless you improve to the thing that's in front of you, don't do something new. So it's discipline, it's saying no to things, and it's knowing how to sequence. So like what thing to work on first, and not allowing yourself to work or learn anything else unless you already did the thing that you said you were gonna do. And only after you said the thing, you did the thing that you said you were gonna do, that's when you can now maybe consider doing something new, when in reality you just need to keep repeating it. So like I was on a call yesterday, a client came and they were getting clients from Fiverr, which is very interesting, right? Most people get from social media. They were getting they are making more than 5 figures a month from Fiverr inbound clients. So like they're thinking, what should I do? Should I do this thing, that thing, start selling consulting to these clients, whatever? I'm saying, hey, like, so you are getting about like 50, or I'm saying approximately 30 to 50 orders a month. Do you offer to like jump on calls with these people that buy from me? He says, no. I say, okay, I think if you just not change anything and now include a call in your package that you deliver on Fiverr and jump on a call, and after you deliver it, say, what do you think, is this good? Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I really want to do a good job and to help you even further. I want to understand your goals. What's your next goal with this, right? It's not just this thing that you ordered, it's also this, right? Yeah. Okay. Would you like me to help you with that as well? And just ask people. And now people are gonna buy more from you. You can upsell them something. It's like we didn't change anything yet about the business, about hiring a new team member, about now starting an Instagram. We just said you are doing this. Is it as optimized as it can be? And of course, the answer was no. So we're gonna do this. And after he does it and maybe he doubles his income, that's when we can say, okay, great. Now, what else can we do? Can we start 5 Fiverr profiles, have 10 gigs on each? So now you have even more monopoly of Fiverr, of people searching and you get more clients or whatever. So basically not getting distracted by new things that you think are going to help you grow faster, when in reality it's just that you don't know enough about these new opportunities yet. And it's just about knowing, great, all of these are amazing ideas and they work for Alexa, they work for Harut, they work for this person. For me, I'm doing this and this is working. How can I improve it? Let me do that, and then I'll look into anything new. So this is the most common thing. And the reason that I'm saying that people should focus on this is because you never win this one time. Like you can't do this and then you are set. Like you can today be focused, but tomorrow you can still get distracted. So it's something that you need to always be aware of, because you can get distracted always. You go to WhatsApp, you go to Slack, you go to YouTube, you go to Instagram. Like anything you do constantly, it's designed to recommend you based on everything these companies know about you, something that you are the most likely to be distracted by. So that it's so hard to not do that. So that's the thing, is that you can be very good at this for a month and then you forget about this and get into the rabbit hole again and waste another 3 months. So that's what makes it hard, is that you need to keep winning at this battle of focus every single day.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think you got hit on two really important points there. The one of like staying focused and not getting shiny object syndrome. And then the other one of like what's working, keep improving it and keep focusing on that. And I think it's interesting because working with you, like you've kept me in check a lot, but then there's been times where I just had to figure it out on my own and went off path anyway. Like you're like, I wouldn't recommend that, but if you need to do it, do it. And I did it. And it just strengthened the fact that you were right. Not that you were right, but that like I should just focus on the one thing that's working and keep making like mastering that. And I think that's really hard for people to do because it's also kind of monotonous. It's always like, how do I improve? And you have to force yourself to think even deeper. Like the other day you were telling me, because YouTube is my top of funnel, YouTube's where I get all my clients, and you're like, okay, now how can you make better videos? Like, how do you keep making better and better? And I'm like, how do I make better? And it really forced me to actually think, like, what do I need to do? How do I research this? What do I need to change? And so I think it's also that too, like, it just seems easier to jump to something else that's like working for people than to modify what you're already doing. So yeah, I 100% agree with that. And I
Very good
also,
point. Very
yeah.
good point. Yeah.
And I think it's interesting too, because like with AI coming and everything, or being here, I shouldn't say it's coming, it's here.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people are like, well, like coaches aren't really needed because you can just have ChatGPT or consultants or whatever. You could just ask
Yeah.
ChatGPT everything. But there's been
Yeah.
many times where, ChatGPT can't help me in those moments where I'm like, I really want to do this. And you're like, no, stay focused, stay focused. And I'm like, okay, I'll stay focused, I'll stay focused. It's like, it's just, and there's also been times where I've asked AI questions and then I've gotten the answer and I've been like, what do you think about this? And you're like, no,
Mm,
I wouldn't do that
yeah.
because you have lived experience, you have business experience, where ChatGPT is also relating it probably to my own conversations I've had with it, but it's just gathering basic knowledge. And so, yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts on like, I don't know if we should go down this rabbit hole, but like the AI and how it influences
Yeah.
your
Yeah. Let's
job
do
and
it.
and the way you
Let's do it.
utilize it in a positive way and
Yeah. Sure. No, I like
I don't
it.
know.
It's
Go for that. Go for it.
great question. I completely get it. It's a great question. I love all the questions. Truly. I'll hammer quickly on the last point, and then AI. There's a lot of interesting things that I want to share, so I think it's relevant. So, like for the distraction part, I think that people need to like not judge yourself. For example, have you got distracted? Of course. Do I get distracted all the time? Right. So like it's very unrealistic to expect that we will never get distracted, but it's just about limiting it, right? So like imagine how many more things you would be distracted by if you didn't have someone to talk to, if you didn't have like even with that though, you are gonna get distracted. And sometimes you're right. You kind of have to do something on your own because it keeps coming back to you to kind of say, okay, I tried it, and then you refocus. So that's fine. It's gonna happen. We all struggle with that. I would say for people, it's just about how can I minimize it? That's what it comes down to. Like getting not distracted the whole day probably is unrealistic, but like, can you block 4 hours when you turn off the notifications? And just for that 4 hours, you make your YouTube videos. And beyond that, if you get to be distracted, it's fine. Yeah, I think it's better than not having at least 4 hours of focused work as well. And secondly, I think if I were you, for anyone that is watching this, if this would be valuable, I would look at it as it's a competitive advantage because all of your competitors, like all of us, they are right now talking to AI, brainstorming 10 things, getting distracted. But if you just do that boring work to improve, your videos do become that much better, and then you keep growing and growing while others are distracted. And another quick thing I'll share on this is that if you don't believe me, look back and ask yourself what were the seasons where you made the most progress. And I guarantee you that it was always when you were just like all in and obsessed about one thing. Like you were just obsessed about it. You had a singular goal. You were focused on that. You were not considering anything else, and you gave it your best. And then for a few months, we tried different things and it doesn't work. And then you again going. So like, if people analyze it, they'll think, oh yeah, it was when things were simple. When I removed things, like removed distractions, committed to one path, gave it my best, stayed consistent for 3 months, 6 months, and that's when I saw growth. Now, coming back to, so it's a competitive advantage. Look at it as, oh my God, distracted. It's so bad. I'm getting distracted. Say, oh, it's okay. How do I get distracted less? What can I do? Change your environment, put your phone away, like buy that apps that don't look like you need to wait 10 seconds before opening any social media app. Like do these small technical things that sound silly. Put your phone in another room when you're working. Tell your family to not distract you because these next few hours you're going to do something important. Doing those things makes it so much more likely to actually, do the work, and that becomes competitive advantage. Now, coming back to AI, obviously I'm not an AI expert, so like what I say might be totally wrong because no one can predict it. But what I think AI won't be able to replace is conviction. So like when you ask AI, okay, should I do this? And it says yes. And you say, why? And it says, boom. Like you look at it and think, subconsciously that it's some tool that isn't living, that is just like summarized information from you from internet, right? Or like from the history based on you. And even if you tell it, great, now disagree with me, it will just do exactly what you told it to do, which it will disagree with you. So it kind of doesn't have free will. And because it doesn't have free will and it doesn't care about you and it does have conviction, you don't relate to it. Like you don't resonate, you don't respect it as much. But when you talk to another human and they say, oh, like, no, I've tried to be on all of the social media platforms at once and I wasted 3 years. The past 6 months, I've been only doing YouTube, my business grew. Here's the results. Please don't do the same thing. You think, I mean, like now you're more likely to take the action because you think, oh, it's coming from a real person, right? They like if it worked for them, maybe it will work for me. They actually care if they're sharing this. Like it actually are trying to help me out. So like, okay, if I focus and I like go in on one platform, for example, and it doesn't work well, I can come back to them and say, hey, this doesn't work. So like you can't go to AI and say, you told me this and it didn't work, right? It doesn't care. But like there are all these psychological things when you work with humans that that like there's this social thing that motivates you and keeps you going. So it's like the relatability aspect is that what you said, lived experience, that's huge. So you connect to it more, right? You just trust it more because people at the end of the day listen to people that are like them. right? Like
Mm.
this is even proven when you run ads, the ads that convert like best in Germany are from people that look German. Like this sounds crazy, but like if you speak fluent German and run ads to German people, but you don't look like German, you convert less. So people like, and this across ages, sex, everything. It literally people buy from people like that. Like there's higher conversion because we think, oh, this person is from my tribe. This person is from my tribe. I can trust them more. So all these like simple things, if you talk to other people that think, oh, this person struggled like me. This person is also a YouTuber. Your AI isn't a YouTuber. Your AI doesn't make content. You don't trust it. But when you relate to another human like you that has the same pain points, that's also an entrepreneur, that has made the same mistakes, and they tell you something, for some reason, we are more likely to go and implement it versus when I tell something, I'm not sure. So again, doesn't mean not use AI. No, I use it all the time. But AI is good to brainstorm, right? But it's not good to take advice from. Like I wouldn't ask AI what to do. I would say, here's my problem, here's my constraint, here's 5 things I tried. Give me 10 solutions that you would suggest and why, and it will give you. And it's up to you to pick maybe one and then go and implement. But like using AI as a coach or as something, like it's not gonna help. So for example, if you have sales calls and you put the transcripts of your sales calls into AI and you ask, give me feedback on this sales call, it will do it. And we use it and it's super helpful. But will it tell you, wait a moment, it might be actually a messaging issue because you are actually making content on YouTube that might not attract the right people on the call. And because it's not the right person, when you ask questions, they didn't really have pain. So like there wasn't much reason for them to take action now. So that's why you didn't sell. Will AI have that understanding? Maybe, but if you give it the context about your YouTube, all the transcripts, but like people don't do that. But when you talk to a human, they can understand these things more, right? They can say, wait, like you shouldn't even ask me this. Like, okay, let's say you go to AI and say, give me feedback on sales. It will give you feedback on sales. If you come to me and you say, give me feedback on sales, I might say, okay, is sales your constraint now? And I might now say, but wait, your constraint is that you need to book more calls. So why are you asking me about sales? Why are you procrastinating? Like, sure, we can do this, but do you know that if you get 20% better sales with free sales calls, you're not gonna reach your goal? Let's 5x your sales calls. And once I see that you are 5xing them, we will immediately discuss how we improve all of these calls that now we are getting booked. Will AI do that? I don't think so. Hey, AI, give me the sales call. No, I'm not gonna go and do your work first. It won't. It will give you the answer. So there's all these things that I think for all of these reasons, AI won't fully replace coaches or creators or whatever. I mean, at least in the next years. So like beyond that, maybe it becomes so sophisticated that it scans all of your channels, your personality. We all wear chips and it reads our like emotions better than our coaches do. Okay, great. But at that point, I think nothing matters. So like we need universal basic income and like go to nature and just like have fun and never work. So if that happens, then great. But before that happened, the next few years, I don't think there's much to worry about. Obviously, research it. Don't just say, oh, it's fine. Like there's two camps. Camp one, AI is everything, and like make shitty AI videos everywhere, and that no one wants to watch. And there's like, and everything they do is AI. And the second type of people I say, AI doesn't matter, like human, and then they just don't use basic functionalities and research, and they are behind the tools that are coming. So the best thing is to use it, but to not be scared of it being replacing you. Use it, and you plus AI replace all the other coaches. That's how you should think. So yeah, hope this helps.
Sounds
But again,
good.
there's more topics to this, and again, I'm not an expert on AI specifically, but I don't think there's much to talk about, much to worry about, and also if you grow a brand, I don't think you'll struggle. Like you people watching this grow your YouTube channels, right? So great, keep doing that. You are gonna be fine. Like go even hard. If you are scared of AI, go even harder on YouTube to build an audience while you can, because no matter what happens, you are not gonna be in a worse position by having more people that know, like, and trust you.
Hmm. Yeah, speaking of AI, I've noticed on some of your Instagram videos, you've done like AI generated videos. I'm curious, how have those performed compared to you actually
Yeah.
in your videos? Like, have you noticed a difference? Because I know you're always testing things. I'm just curious.
Yeah,
Have they?
sure. Great question. Honestly, we have noticed that they perform. So, okay, let me first tell you why we have done that. So it is not for the reason that you might think. So the reason we made AI videos is because I don't have like any B-roll right now, and I don't have time to do B-roll. So for
Mm.
example, the team has an idea of making a video where I'm laying down on the couch and then I get up or whatever. Like right now, it's hard for me to record those, right? I can, but it's not the priority. So instead of me going and laying down and doing, they just use the AI, and it's a format where it's more of a like funny format. So like it's a joke, etc. So people don't mind. I'm not misleading them by teaching them something and it's AI version of me. It's like AI Harut lays down on the bed and like eats chips, and then it's like it's a sketch essentially. Maybe you've seen some of this. So people
Yeah.
don't mind because they think, oh, this was just a joke, so it makes sense. It even exaggerates. It makes it even more funny. It doesn't even look like me. We can do like funny things like my face color changes, things like that. So that's why we used it. But we haven't really noticed that much of a difference between those videos, or if I have done them. But I would say I would not recommend yet to use AI for replacing you on camera. So I wouldn't do that. Like you can use AI to sometimes make some certain animations, or like again, if I have a video and I talk about flying, right? If with AI we can make a bird version of me that flies, I mean it's a bit entertaining. So I can't do that in real life, right? But don't make things that you can do be done by AI in terms of like you doing talking heads, etc. Because I think that that doesn't build trust with the audience. Like at least now, maybe in the future it will change, but right now, I think by most people it is perceived by that you didn't care enough to show up, to put record and to say something. You are just using some AI to represent you to get views, right? So like you don't even enjoy talking to camera, teaching the thing. So like you don't even care about the topic, if that makes sense. Then why you are doing it? So just because of that, I wouldn't recommend using it for that purpose. But for repurposing, for again funny things, B-roll generation, yeah, that's not
Mm.
misleading. So don't pretend that your AI is you. For as long as you are clear that it's AI and you exaggerate things for humor purpose, right? For entertaining purpose, I think it's fine. Beyond that, not now. Maybe in a few years,
Yeah.
people will have AI versions. But right now, yeah, I think you should be on camera yourself and not worry much about making content with AI. Everyone
Mm.
is doing it. So like you are the way to stand out, especially if you are building personal brands, which people watching this are, like the whole point of your personal brand that it's personal. So like you care, you show up, you connect with your audience, you are vulnerable, you share your mistakes, you share your life story, you share your proof, you share the actual lived experience that you have. If you don't do these things and use AI, then it's not a personal brand really.
Yeah. Thanks for that.
Of course.
And yes, I have noticed that usually the ones that you do that are AI are like more cheeky, like tongue in cheek, kind
Yeah.
of like joking,
Yeah.
like, you're sitting
Yeah.
there with Hormozy learning from him or
And
from
also I
like,
can't call him for him to come for me for us to do a thing. So we need to use AI, right? But again, look at it. We are not trying to make it look like it's actually him. That's the
right,
thing. That's when you
right.
will lose trust.
Yeah,
It's
you're not being
very obvious.
deceptive. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's the whole purpose, that it needs to be funny, that like I'm not pretending. You're not trying to make something to feel real. And by the way, I think this is gonna become the rule of social media. Like they're gonna allow AI, but they're not gonna allow you to pretend that it's not AI. So like they are gonna, in my opinion, they're gonna in the future flag human creators. So like they'll say this is human made. So like you'll have to verify it so you'll know. And if it's AI made, great. Just people need to know. And if people know, then that's fine. So don't try to, yeah, lie to people. That's the word. You immediately lose trust right away. You like no one is gonna trust you anymore.
Yeah. And it's really hard to build back trust after you
It's
destroy it.
impossible.
So,
Like imagine
yeah.
the first impression of you with my brand was that I lied to you from the moment you started watching me, that it's me and it was AI. How are you gonna trust my programs, my communities, my anything else I have to say? I already lied from the first interaction that we have had on video.
Yeah. There's no shortcuts,
No, there is no like,
especially with
and
building
again,
trust.
in 2 years it might be different, right? It might
Mm.
be there's this new AI model where that you upload 5,000 videos of you, and right now you can still tell, but like that one will be indistinguishable, and you will be fine telling everyone, hey, this is the AI version of me, and people won't mind. Okay, yeah, I see how it's leveraged to have a version of you that can just record 24/7, doesn't get tired, whatever. But like, I don't know, would I watch AI version? I mean, right now I have some resistance to it, so probably no. Yeah, I don't want to watch AI Alex or Mosi, right? I don't want it doesn't sit right with me as of now.
Mhm.
If in a few years we get used to it, then great. Then it's a different conversation.
Yeah. That's actually refreshing to hear from your generation because
Yeah,
I figured your generation would be like more accepting of like hearing stuff from the fake or the AI version of someone. And like personally,
yeah,
I just don't enjoy watching AI
yeah,
generated people. But yeah, so it's interesting to hear. One question I have that's I think related around like evolving your identity, evolving like you as a person as you build your business and you scale your business. I'm curious as to like what have you maybe struggled with recently or had to change in your business that was something
yeah,
you had built up like a baby, like your baby, your thing, you know, like this
yeah.
project, and then you had to let
Mm,
it go in order to go to the next level. Because I think a lot of
yeah,
people also get stuck in that zone of like, I took so long to grow this and now you want me to let it go to here. And what if here
mm,
doesn't work? So is there anything
yeah.
like that you've been experiencing recently or have in the past that you could give advice around that, like having to make that leap or yeah.
I love your questions. This is so relevant.
Mm,
Um, this is super good. Yes, there has been something very recent that I will share with people. And before that, I want to say that there have been many things like this. So like that's interesting. Not just like I'll start with the first one. So 2023, 3 years ago, I had a business that was making $500,000 a year, and I shut it down completely. So I was working only a few hours a day. It was very profitable. Like we didn't have any issues whatsoever. But I just didn't want to grow it. Like I didn't feel that if it keeps getting bigger, I'm going to create more value for people. Like I didn't think that that's the case. So uh, I dropped that, right? And I started Achieve Greatness. And like I was making no money for a few months leading to Achieve Greatness. But the reason that I did take that leap of faith was because it wasn't an option for me to continue being on the path that I am. And I think the biggest advice here that I would give to my younger self would be, if someone is telling you like, okay, oh, I don't want to, leave this thing, then the best answer usually is, okay, don't. Because then if the person actually doesn't have enough motivation, desire, like if they are not that dissatisfied with the current situation, if everything is going great, then let them keep doing what they are doing, because maybe there isn't a problem. But then when you say that, for a lot of people, they say, no, what do you mean to keep doing this? Like, I mean, I obviously need to do this thing. Then we say, yeah, right. Exactly. So what are you gonna do then? And people say, yeah, I want to do that. And I say, great. So like, you should be doing this. You know that you are just delaying the inevitable. And you can't, there's a fallacy that you somehow like lose if you stop something that you spend a lot of energy on that is not serving you, and you move to the next thing, when you are losing more if you keep doing that thing that is keeping you stuck. And like you can just look at it from the perspective of, this taught me the skills. This was required for me to get where I am right now. And now it's time for me to get to the next thing. Like if you are going to the wrong direction, right? In a train, and you know that it's the wrong direction. Are you gonna think, oh, you know what? I already paid for this train and I'm already here for 2 hours. Let me go to 8 more hours to the wrong direction. Or should you stop it as soon as possible? And sure, you lost the money, the time, whatever there, but then it's better than doing it later. So that's the biggest perspective, is that I wouldn't try to convince others with this, because you can't. Because then whatever you say, they're gonna like justify why they need to stay stuck. So you can say, great, amazing, stay there. If you're happy, I don't want to change something you're not happy. Oh no, well, I'm not happy. Okay. And now that's once they admit that, now it's in discussion. Now, what recently I've done, very relevant. So we had a Skool community that had over 5,000 members. Right now it has about 5,050 members or something. And actually we didn't shut it down because it's stupid to shut it down, but like we stopped advertising it. We stopped using it whatsoever. And the reason is because we had to say no to most people that want to work with us. And we had to have, again, coming back to the first point of today's question, having higher standard. So recently, what was very hard for me to do, which took me like 6 months to have the courage to do this, is we increased the standard of our avatar of who we are working with. I was talking about it for a while, but I was not committing to it fully. And that's what we have done. And that came with a lot of sacrifice of, oh, I already have 80%, 90% of the people on my email list that aren't meeting the standard. So I can't make money from these people anymore. I can't serve them. They're going to complain if I don't email them stuff that is relevant to them. Like I'm losing this audience, right? So I'm not going to help them. So they're going to be mad and I can't benefit from that as well. So it's a kind of a lose-lose situation. But I had to do that. And we started an entire new community with very higher standard. Like, for example, now I work with people that already have an audience, where they are making money, want to scale. And that is less people, right? The less people like that exist, which is a trade-off. But that's what we have done. And that was not easy, because then your status drops. Like I had to go to my profile and hide that group that has 5K members. And now we have a new group that has 200 members only. So like now some people click on my profile and would think, oh, he only has 200 members. Is this good? Right? But then that's okay. Like I'm not optimizing for that. So the alternative I had is like still having both, but then why? Like, okay, people can think whatever they want, but sometimes you have to. And it took me a few years. Like it is like a baby, as you were saying. Like I grew it from zero myself. The first 20, 30, 50 members, I was sending them personalized videos saying, I started this new group, join, and people joined. So like it was me like really growing it as much as I can. But then for me to get to the next level, I couldn't keep doing it the way that I was doing it. So I had to let these things go, let go some of my customers even, right? And our group got smaller. But then now we started getting new members that are at a higher level as well. And now it's gonna keep growing. So that was what has been happening recently. And yeah, many times in my life that happened, to be honest. It's like sometimes you are gonna make mistakes. And if you see that you made a mistake, like instead of hoping to just put even more effort into that thing that is not working and just keep trying, sometimes you need to just realize that, you know what, like deep down, I know that this is not the thing. And if you know that it's not the thing, like, drop it. You don't have to, for example, I didn't delete these people from my emails, right? I did have them, but I might not send them emails for now. I might send emails to these other people. So psychologically, it's easier when you like don't completely cut it, but just let it be. So tell yourself, it's just gonna be there. I'm just gonna not focus on it, not put any time on it. And then over time, you will notice like it will be a year and then you even forgot that something exists.
Yeah, and it's actually, thank you for sharing that and what you're personally going through and everything. And that's actually what you're helping me to do right now too, because I'm pivoting my channel slightly and
Yeah.
I'm moving away from like just new YouTuber growth and more like building your business with YouTube.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. And also there's that dip that happens. Like, you could, and that's, I think what's so hard about it is, you could sell to those people. You know, you could stay at that income level for the short term, but then if you're unhappy and if you know you want to go to that next level, it's like you have to take that, like, bite the bullet, so to say, and
Yeah.
yeah, and have that little lag time before it starts to pick up. And like you were just talking about that, how now that community is growing and you're getting those clients and all of that. And it's also
Yeah.
interesting to hear about like how you have people on your email list that maybe you don't necessarily email, and I also feel like those people will self-select out, like deselect themselves from the
Yeah.
program too once they notice it's changed.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's also hard though, because you also feel like some sort of like devotion to those people, but it's also like you have to live your life and you have to go after your goals and your dreams and like go in that direction too. So it's a tough spot, and I think a lot of people avoid doing it, but it's only just capping your growth if you don't take that leap.
Right.
So yeah.
Exactly. And I mean, there's nothing personal, right? I think like that's what I struggled with for a long time. It doesn't mean that they are bad people. Like it's your responsibility as a creator, as an entrepreneur, to be honest about the fact of who do you want to work with and help with. Like, would people prefer for us to make videos that we hate making? Would people prefer us to sell them things that we aren't excited about delivering? Because then you are doing a disservice to those very people. And that's what most people online are. They would sell to anyone that would pay them, that has a credit card and is naive enough to believe in dreams. And I would sell to these people right? Without setting any expectations, without setting anything. And that's that, in my opinion, that's what's wrong. And to be honest, like there are so many creators that everyone will find their place. Like it's not that if you stop making videos for these older people that are very old, not in terms of age, like older audience that you had, your previous audience, that's a better way to say it, that wanted something else from you, they are not gonna cry about it for a year. They might leave one hate comment, and after a month, they'll never even remember your name. Like we all overestimate so much how much people care about us when that person is going to stop watching you. And if they keep watching you, that means that there's something that they are interested in. So it doesn't matter what they say, or that matters that they're still watching. So it is interesting. And if they are not, then they'll find a million other creators that every day there are more and more and more that their heart will be to serve these people, which is great. That's the beauty of online space, is that you will find your tribe, right? You will find who you are excited to serve. And there's no right or wrong. It's just that like trade-offs. So, okay, you cannot do this and you cannot go to this short-term phase where you are making less money. And when you are getting less clients and you need to believe that this is going to work and the pivot and all of that pain. But if you don't want that, then okay, let's stay on the course that we are right now. But there's a reason, right? That if it was that great and if it was working, we would keep doing it and we wouldn't be here now. So like, that means that we knew that this is the right path and this is what we need to do. So the sooner you have to go through this phase of going down, taking a couple of steps back to take 10 forward, the faster you will grow. And I think that inevitably it is going to happen to people, that the longer you are in business, the more you find out who you are here to serve for. Like everyone goes through it. First you try to work with everyone because you don't know who you like working with. And then only with time you can see who is getting the best results, who likes working with me, who I love working with. And then you find these patterns and then you keep working with those kinds of people. And then hopefully every single 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you look back and then you have made many of these jumps. Because if you are getting better, if you are evolving, as you said, then hopefully the people that you work with are evolving as well.
Yeah, definitely.
And there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, that is the most ethical way to do it. Because it's so easy. It's easier to sell to anyone that would pay and say, oh yeah, like great, go to do this thing. But like it comes from care, from actually wanting to see people win. And therefore it's our responsibility to pick the people that we are the most excited to serve. Again, and it's for us, right? Doesn't mean there's something bad with them. Like for many businesses, I'm a terrible client. I'm not taking that as personally. Great. Or maybe I don't want to be your client. If I'm not your perfect client, thank you for being honest and not taking me on and delivering me something bad. Amazing. I'll go somewhere else. Awesome. Everyone wins. So yeah, I think for people watching, it's like if you know and this, where this happens as well, is when they make a video and it goes viral and they keep making more videos like that to attract more people. It happens to me. It probably happened to you. It happens to many people. So another practical advice would be that when you do something and it works, ask yourself, great, this worked, but do I want more of this? And if yes, only then double down, which is, I think, super underrated.
Yeah. I've seen that happen a few times with people where they have a viral hit and then they're like, oh, I need to change everything in that direction. It's like, actually, no, that's not what you want to do. Like they don't even like that. It's like, so maybe you shouldn't go in that direction.
Yeah. Sometimes you do need to do it, right? You made a video, it went viral, that absolutely attracted the audience that
The ideal client. Yeah.
As much of it as possible fast, double down. But if you did it just worked, but it worked with the wrong people, you're doing more of that, it's gonna attract more of the wrong people, which is not good.
Yeah.
Such a good question. Like you always tell me, oh, I don't know if the questions are good, but like the questions are honestly the best. Like from everywhere I talk to, like honestly, they are the most always, because I think your questions come from actual genuine interest and care, and that's why they are more interesting than just ChatGPT questions that you don't care about and you just ask. So that's
yeah. I'll just ask you one more question because I know we're almost at the end here. So this is something I've been through on my journey, which is, of course, what you just said, like the questions come from my own journey. And I'm on the other side now, or mostly, and that is with money, kind of, I don't know, I wouldn't call it limiting beliefs, but just some discomfort around money and receiving large amounts of money and
Yeah.
pricing your things at a higher price and all of that stuff. I notice a lot of my clients struggle with that as well, and a lot of people in my audience and in my Skool community and all that. Um, and so I guess my question to you would be, I don't even know how to phrase this question exactly, but like I've heard people say to me, they feel like they're stealing from people if they charge more. They feel like they're not worth that price. They feel like the ROI is not high enough. Those are some of the things. But then there's other things like on the flip side of that, whenever I talk about money on my channel, and now I'm more comfortable about posting videos about money. In the beginning, I was very uncomfortable with it and I avoided it, even though it grew my channel and it got my ideal clients. I really avoided it. And now I'm moving in that direction. And I've gotten some comments and pushback about like, now you're all about money. And and that comment doesn't bother me anymore
Yeah.
because I'm actually comfortable with the idea of making money and building a sustainable business. So I don't know. I would
Yeah.
just like to hear your thoughts around this because I do know there's a lot of people in your program that
Yeah.
I myself was one of them, and I still am. Every time we increase the price, I'm always struggling. But what are your thoughts about like being able to have the capacity to hold more money, to charge more money, that whole topic? Like, what is your main like spiel
Great
about that
question.
topic?
This is such a, I love this. Let's do this more often. Honestly, like it's so fun. It's so fun to talk. Like if no one was watching, I would do this for hours, and then more people are gonna watch, which is great. So yeah, this is super cool. So I have very interesting thoughts, right, on this. So let's start with the money itself, and then we'll go into pricing. So when it comes to money, I don't think that the people commenting have bad intentions. So I don't think that like there's nothing. I understand that many people are scammers online and they only care about money and they fake things to make money and they sell the dream, etc. But I think that it's more of a reflection of themselves. The same applies to me, applies to you. We also sometimes judge people and criticize them. And it also is because we are insecure. Like I have many insecurities as well. And the interesting part is that understanding that for as long as you are okay with that, like other people's opinions don't matter. Because if you, let's say if you have a lower price, right? Or if you don't make money, great, you are gonna still be criticized. You'll get criticized by your kids maybe when they grow up because they didn't have go to uh more like better tutors to get world class at a certain skill or hobby because you didn't have the money to afford it. So your kids maybe in the future will, I don't say hate you, but like you'll get criticized for not making enough money, right? You will criticize yourself, your mentors will criticize you, your clients will criticize you because you're not growing and evolving yourself to teach them in the first place. Or you can get criticized by the people like on the other. So basically, what no matter what you do in life, you're gonna get like hate is a feature, not a bug. It's gonna happen, and it's a reflection of us as humans. And yet we need to do from picking path, we can say, I can do this and get some hate, or do this and get some hate. Which one is better for me? I would always go with that direction, for as long as it's, of course, ethical, etc. Now, another frame on this is that the people that just say that money itself is evil are stupid. And I'll say this clearly, right? And I know that we will get even more hate on this. So let me start by saying that I know that many people watching this probably had it harder than me growing up, but still, I was making about $4 a month when I was in Armenia. I'm from Armenia. There's the average salary about $500 a month. I don't want to say some more things from my life because I don't want to be disrespectful to my parents or something, because I had internet, I had food, and I had like, and that like great. I had a good life, but I was not rich whatsoever. Like the first time I sat in an airplane, I was like 18 or 20. And again, I understand that some of these things are like very not bad. Like people think like I was in my father was in Second World War. Like these are not difficulties. I get it, but like this is not coming from like I'm all about money. I don't care. Like people, and it's hard to prove this, but the people that know me personally, this will be the people that will confirm. I was yesterday walking in the house in this is maybe not even appropriate to share, but I was like wearing something that I shouldn't be wearing at all. And I did like I don't care. I don't have any watches. Like I don't like this background. I'll be honest, I don't care at all. But people care. Because when they see that I look young and I'm in some closet, they think that, oh, like, but when they see, okay, that's a nice view, I don't care, but people care. So if you leave it to me, like, I don't care about material things, I don't care about buying things for me, I don't care. Now, why do I make money? Is because you cannot help your family without money. You cannot save lives of people and give money to charity without money. You cannot hire team members and give them bonuses for them to take care of their families when they're from countries where there's no universal healthcare without money. You can't do that. And these are real things that my team goes through, my clients go through, my loved ones go through, and it takes money to solve most of these problems. And the people that hate on that, how many people have you helped? How many clients have you helped? How many of them now have a safer car that if it gets crushed, they won't die? Because if you figure out a way to buy the safest car, is to buy the highest quality food, so your family members aren't eating shit from the supermarket, but they are eating something better. If you find ways to get all of these for free, please tell all of us and we'll do that. And then like everything will be free. But very often the people that criticize on this are the people that aren't doing anything themselves. And they criticize for other people for making money. Who says that we're all about making money? That is not true. But even if we were, is it bad? Even if we were, if we cared about this money, like with more money, if you made $1 billion, if you're a good person, will you do more good or more bad? That's it. And what's the alternative? Let's all be poor. Let's all struggle. Let's all just live the worst quality of life. Let's die without traveling and seeing other let's not live life to the fullest because we are limited by the money boom. Great choice. And it especially is bad when people say it to people that are clearly not about money. Like, for example, you. Like, we just talked about the fact that, do you want to make money? Absolutely. Do I want to make money? Absolutely. And people who want to hate on this, amazing. That's their choice. But if you really all you care about is money, why you are saying no to people that want to pay you, but that you don't want to work? Why would we leave this 80%, in your case, like a big audience that you have, if you can go and say, how as a new YouTuber, when you don't have anything, make 10K a month very fast in 1 week with a guarantee, join. And you can make 10 times more money, but it won't be fulfilled. If all I care about is money, why stop my businesses that were making 50K a month profit? Because I knew that just money doesn't fulfill me. And I hope people experience this. Yet it is important. And if you have to choose between having more money or less, more money is always good, unless you are a bad person, that you are gonna like start wars. But I don't think people watching this have that level of power. I don't, to use money to like whatever, to things like that. Anyway, the point being is that this really bothers me because it's easy to say, it's easy to talk. Oh, you care about this, oh money, that. Great, I'll stop making money. And the people that are commenting, please come and pay for the surgeries of my loved ones. Come and pay for the trip that me and my partner want to go to, because we do want to experience good things in life. Pay for, buy our dog food, right? Like, come and do it. Like, and people say, oh, but like, there's enough, right? Great, for you, for your goals, it's enough. Maybe I want to, besides my family, also help 10,000 other people. So it's not enough. I'm just getting started. So it's different goals, different standards. So it's okay if people hate. Again, I understand, but it should not stop us from growing, because you know that if you make more, you are not buying poisons and secretly killing pets of your neighbors. I think, I mean, maybe, right? Like, so hopefully you're not doing that. But like, but like, then who cares? Let's just focus on winning. And in terms of the pricing though, and again, this comes from me, like, and I don't care about just making money whatsoever. But like, I just want to get that position that even if I was, who cares? There's nothing wrong. But like, there's so many more things that fulfill you. If you think that money is everything and all entrepreneurs want is to make more money, become an entrepreneur, make money, you'll see that that's not the case. Now, second of all, about pricing, the best thing to do when you're not sure how much to charge is to not believe you, but believe the client. Meaning, instead of thinking, oh, if I charge this higher price, this is answering your second question. If I charge this higher price, people are gonna, I'm scamming them. How about you do 10 calls? Or if you sell on a webinar, you do one webinar. Or if you sell sending people to a checkout page, you send 100 people there. And just actually say, hey, here's what you get and here's the price. And you do it 10 or 20 times. And if people don't buy, you make it a bit lower, or you make them, like, you ask why you didn't buy. And if all of them say price, okay, then maybe you can attract more people that can afford it, or you can make the offer better. But sometimes what happens is that you do like 5 calls and no one buys, and then you do 5 more and 2 people buy, and you think, oh, weird. And then you still aren't sure and you still feel bad. But who cares? Does the client feel bad? Like once they joined, once you're working with them, after a week check in and say, hey, was this worth it for you so far? Is your experience good? And you will see that people will say, yeah, this is great, right? And you'll say, oh, like people are fine with this. And then once you see that people don't mind, you think, oh, like it's all just my internal state. Like people actually like this. And your opinion of your price doesn't matter. People's opinions matters. If they're happy, then no one cares if you are happy or not with your price. If they are not happy, you ask why and you improve it. Are you happy with this? No. Why? They won't tell you because you suck. They'll tell you because of this thing. And you say, okay, I'll improve that thing. And then you improve that thing next time. And so do you want a refund? Do you want to negotiate? Do you want to, if of course that's your term. If not, then great. But then you improve this thing and next time people are happy and you keep doing it. So simply said, you can't stop feeling scared and then do this. You need to do this while you are scared. And then you see that it's fine. And then you improve as you go, and that becomes the norm. That's the answer. There's nothing I can say that will make you not scared. Right now, I've increased my price 200 times since I started. Right now, if I have to increase it again, which we do every few months, I'm every time feeling a bit scared. Yet I still do it. And once it works, I think, oh, great, it worked. So people don't think that it's bad. And I check in and ask, and I improve as I go, and then it becomes the new norm. And then you repeat the cycle.
Gotcha. Thanks for sharing all that. Appreciate it.
That's a long talk. That's a long talk about money and pricing. But yeah, again, this is me. I can pretend to be nice and say, yeah, money doesn't matter. I'm just doing, but like, who cares? The people that hate don't matter. They are not, hate never comes from people doing better than you.
That's a good point too. And I also think it's just like money is just a tool. It's like a hammer. You can build a house with a hammer or you can smash a window with a hammer. So you choose what you do with it too. Like if you've served it
and
for
like
good.
Some people will say, hey, I don't want to make more money. I have a family that loves me and I'm just present with them. So do I.
Yeah.
And I make more money. So why do I have to choose?
But I think it's also part of it. It's like people feel like they're not allowed to somehow, or they feel like they shouldn't. That's the thing, I think the hurdle for a lot of people. It's like they feel like they can't.
That's what I'm saying. It's a reflection of ourselves. And I, honestly, like the best way to start is understanding. Just do it, going to therapy, or a better thing is, I'm serious, like, or better thing is like, what's the alternative? Oh, I'm feeling scared for making money. Okay, don't make money, be broke. No. Okay, great. Then let's do this also imperfect path, which is better than this imperfect path. So pick.
Yeah. And I think actually one of my biggest unlocks for this with the money and pricing was when I was trying to sell at a certain price. And I was like, I would never pay this for anything. And you were like, how much did you just pay me? And I found so much value with you, like I continue to get so much value from you. And it's like a no-brainer to pay for that with you. And yet in my own mind, it's like an old program running and you have to catch that old program and stop it because I was being completely illogical, saying in my mind, I would never pay for this, but I had just paid that to you like 5 times over what I was charging, so it's like really interesting. So the mind is also tricking us a lot too, if we don't pay attention. So I think self-awareness is really important and being able to look in the mirror.
So good. It's so good. Like the tip there is you unlocked like a memory in me, which is one of my mentors told me before, which is super like, this is so good. I think you need to become the client that you want to attract. So like if you think that people won't pay you, it's because you are not paying to people. If you think that people are not leaving you testimonials, it's because you never left testimonials for anyone. If you don't implement and execute advice from the people that you learn from, your clients don't do as well, because you project your own beliefs on your clients and you attract people like you. So I always, when I invested more, I was okay more with people more investing more in me. When I basically it's all about, you need to first experience it. Like, do you want to have the courage to run in-person events? Go to an in-person event. You'll have more likely to do it. Are you scared to sell with sales calls? Book 5 sales calls. Go buy something from someone. Doesn't have to be too expensive. And so you know what? That sales call wasn't bad. This person wasn't salesy at all. They really cared. They really listened. I mean, I can do how they did it. I really liked how they did it. It felt very authentic. So become the client that you want to attract. And if you are not like that, that's why you're not attracting people. If you become like that, then you will fix this. And if you don't want to become the client you want to attract, then yeah, then what then that's
Different
not how it
problem.
works. Yeah, it's a different
Yeah.
problem. So it's just change. Stop wanting to attract better clients. If you're not willing, if you aren't willing yourself to do the things that you are expecting from other people, it's not gonna work, unfortunately.
No. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for this and for your
Of course.
time. If there's
I want
any
to say a quick
closing
thing.
thoughts, yeah, you want to
Yes,
say,
yes,
feel free.
yes. We have 2 minutes. I want to quickly say something, which is for everyone watching this, I think most of you already know what you need to do, but you are waiting for someone to give you the approval and reassurance. And I'm saying this because I've done it too many times in my life. So the biggest thing that I believe will help most people is after watching this, just ask yourself, all of this was great, but like, what am I gonna do? Right? What is that thing that I know? Do I need to niche down my avatar? Do I need to post more? Am I distracted? I need to cut things, simplify, and go in on something for at least 90 days or like 6 months. And just do that. Don't consume more information. You already know what you need to do. Just do it. Just go, have the courage. Don't wait for someone to give you more motivation, more clarity. Don't do more research. Ask yourself, what is the thing that you know you should be doing, but you aren't? Ask yourself why. Try to solve that and just do it. Just go and execute. That's what you're going to get the best results. And one more thought on this is that I'm super proud of you, Alexa, like truly, genuinely, because many clients want to make these pivots, but very, very few percentage actually have the courage to do it, to make less money in the short term, to lose some audience, whatever. And people that do it, people that do follow through, people that are willing to go to that uncomfortable period of increasing their standards yet again when it comes to everything, these are the real winners. These are the people that end up helping more people, becoming the best version of themselves, and they don't get comfortable and complacent and get stuck there for too long. And you are one of them, people that keep pushing, and it's so rare. It's one of the rarest things, if not the rarest one, which is courage, right? To do something is hard, like people are gonna criticize you, people are gonna think that you are doing wrong, and that's fine to have opinions, but if you know what's the best path for you, then you just need to go and do it, and that's it, and do what you know is best, right? So you are doing it, and it is super rare. So now you're gonna set even a better example for everyone watching. So now they can have the courage to take action on the things that are stopping them from growth, and they can grow. So thank you for being such a good example for everyone, and for all the work that you do.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that. And
Of
thanks
course,
again for being here. And we'll have
of
to do
course.
this again sometime.
Yes, that would be fun. Appreciate you, and thanks for everyone for watching. Subscribe to Alexa. Put the notifications bell.
Yeah, and I'll also leave in the description how to reach you, and I'll
Yes,
get in your
sounds good.
ecosystem as well. So
Sounds
thank
good.
you.
Thank you.